Yo, howdy everyone. Hello, hello. How are you doing? We're back. I feel less tired. So that's good.
Those chattering teeth, that frost-burnt skin. Looks like someone just checked Cloister off their sightseeing list.
Yes. I remember what I was doing. I don't know that I really need to clear this out yet, because it doesn't look like I actually have to go here yet. But
Formal audit of the grounds.
that guy's dead as hell. Wink.
Aggressor at hand.
This paradigm we serve supplies all we deserve.
I don't like that. So you didn't see that up there. Okay. Wink.
Subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler. Sultan.
I don't suppose I can go around back here. No.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Hostile in proximity.
Trust the plan. Preserve that progress. Sustain the system. Serve the silence improve me.
Uh-oh.
For mayhem!
Oh god. I hate when they jump at me, bro. I don't like that.
I will restore my life or avenge my death! Taking the fight out of purification in progress.
Mobility
Yeah, take that. Yeah.
Lay down fire.
Mobility interrupted.
Uh-oh. I didn't do it.
Mobility interrupted. You cannot.
Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Mobility interrupted.
No, stop.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Thank you, dear.
Annoying. I think this is where I snuck in last time. Anything interesting in these places? God, I need lockpicking 17 for like everything. Fuck. I need a lot of stuff for a lot of things.
I understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the archive,
Significance.
but it is horrifyingly banal. I mean, I've been stationed in some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? Did these Order eggheads do anything for fun around here? It's all math charts and chalkboards, and how many Abakai does one outpost need? Hope they never retake this place, because I'm throwing all of it away.
Good. Ah!
Enemy in vicinity.
Ba-dum-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
There. My reckoning, that was the last one.
Little roar. Does a lot of fucking damage. The situation has been rapidly deteriorating here over the last few hours as Annie's Choice forces continue probing our defenses. One must assume this is all part of a larger, long-term plan by the presiding bishop, despite how such moment-to-moment setbacks feel on the ground. So, as I began jotting this down, we have received orders to evacuate in short order. The timing is understandable, the destination is curious. Despite the unique research study presently underway at Laplace's garden, it has evidently been deemed the most ideal fallback location to the Lorac Council. I am deeply gladdened by the prospect of leaving this place, but I question whether I want to take part in their experiment.
They want to see you down at the armory.
Rockets explode in a much larger radius. Damage scales with explosive skills. Huh. That'd be good if I leveled explosives at all. Okay. I wish I could change helmets, because my current helmet... fucking dumb. But it is good for my build.
Protectorate has this sealed. It can only be unsealed near the Archive's entrance, remember?
No, I don't remember. Is this the other one that I needed 17 lockpicking for? Yeah. Okay.
Proceeding to attack.
Actually, you know what? That'll be fine.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Combatant scanned.
All in the wrist. That's dying. Swan. This might sting. Alive. All in the wrist. Mitigate. Locking them down.
This gun kind of sucks right now, but I want to level it up to see if it can get better. Because, like, I could instead use, like, the minigun. Shoot bullets like a motherfucker, and then, you know, they actually do a bunch of damage. This one shoots really slow. Bullets are pretty weak. How do I get up there? Okay. I suppose I can go... Why are you always on fire? Stop being on fire. Stop it.
Heard that halt. The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Cultist. Agitators are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
How'd you like to find your insides waiting outside?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict.
We're all on the same side here. Can't you make an exception?
Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you. Very well, head on in. But behave yourselves. The garden is something of a fragile ecosystem.
Level up. Well. Alright. We'll do hack and speech, and then I might do my next level up. I might do 2 more into lockpicking. And then another one into lockpicking, and then another one into I don't know, something.
Agent, I have a message for you. Oh, I was not expecting you to be in the company of a cultist.
A cultist and her extremely sharp knife. Shall I introduce you?
No, that won't be necessary. Where was I? Oh, yes, I remember now. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter
You love
has
when
brought
she
you to the
threatens people?
garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary
I think she
court.
tries too hard.
Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right.
Threats are good in like moderation, you know? When it's every other word out of your mouth, I was led to believe that Vicar Alden may also be expecting me. Can you direct me to him?
Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs.
Artificer Laureate. Sounds important. What can you tell me about her?
The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview.
Said the presiding bishop is indisposed. She's sick?
Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is.
This place seems oddly calm for being in a war zone.
Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you?
No, but I also don't see any refugees, despite an abundance of livable space.
I'm quite sure I don't know what refugees you're referring to.
Don't lie to me. I've been to Golden Ridge. It's obvious how bad things are.
I fear our conversation has drifted from its central thesis. Continuing along this current trajectory seems unwise. Can I help answer any other queries for you?
Tell me more about this Belvedere Hall.
Belvedere Hall used to serve primarily as the garden's hub for all manner of research, instruction, and study. A beacon on the hill of progress.
You said used to. What's changed?
Since the Order's forced dispossession of Spyreton and the Archive, many spaces within the hall have been repurposed to serve as a temporary headquarters. Which is to say, please excuse our mess. We're still remodeling.
Thanks for filling me in. I'll be on my way.
May all your problems precede solutions.
And he doesn't get it. I get it. Sometimes it's too much, though.
This place smells like science. Or maybe that's math.
Caffeine integration point.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's your third conviction today. People will start to worry. Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today?
What are convictions?
Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested?
You got time to kill? Hit me.
Before I can administer your conviction, I need to ask you a question. In what area of your life do you feel you need the most improvement? Personal or professional?
You could say I've had some professional setbacks.
Expand on that for me.
Have you seen the rift in the sky? I could have prevented it. I should have.
You are a single gear in the grand workings of the universe, and should not expect to control all of its mechanisms or outcomes.
Thanks for that. I feel strangely better.
Good. Never forget that you are a valuable factor in the universal equation and necessary to advancing the plan. Now then, a brief conversation is customary following the initial service. I haven't seen you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered.
An adjustment? I'm not sure what you mean.
Come now. Don't tell me you haven't noticed our particular strain of hospitality here in the garden. I can only imagine how odd such an abundance of tranquility and friendliness must seem when contrasted with, well, anywhere else in Arcadia, especially in the middle of a war, and so near active
Am I
fighting.
able to provide this service
Almost
to my
unfeasible.
mods asking for a friend?
Wouldn't you say?
No.
You know, you do a passable
You'll have to pay
impression
me.
of a scientician. Did you grow up near one of our settlements? Have a few years of order training?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I understand. You may technically count as a member.
I do take
but
checks.
There's a perfunctory element to your articulation. You don't believe in the plan. And you're clearly up to something. She sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you for information. I clocked her the first moment she opened her mouth.
I trust you. You're rarely wrong about, well, anything, really.
Appreciate that. I spent decades undercover with only self-affirmation.
I use
to
Monopoly
assuage my
money
fascinating
instead.
Morale. Well, do I have to shoot out the
I
place?
will take that,
Or will you come
but
clean
no.
immediately? Who do you work for, little mole?
By the architect, keep your voice down, please. Even if what you say is true, this isn't a conversation best had amidst present company. Let's talk somewhere more private. Behind the CAF integration point, perhaps?
Okay. Yeah, but what's upstairs?
On a scale of 1...
Ooh. Frost grenade. How many of these? 92. We got over 5,000 fucking shock rods. Holy shit. That's a lot of shock rods.
1 to 100, how pleased are you with the garden in its current state? Please, try to capture your exact satisfactions.
You okay? Seem off by a few decimal points.
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous.
All this cloak and dagger stuff has certainly piqued my interest.
Allow me to whet your appetite for intrigue a little further, shall I?
We
I
can
have
make
adequate
out.
reason to believe the Order is conducting a
Don't think
mass
so.
experiment
I
on the
don't think that's
population
what
of
we're doing.
Laplace's garden.
Unfortunately. Oh, slow down. What are you talking about?
The Order is not cultivating
Can't
its
express how
perfect,
disappointed I am.
plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology. Put bluntly, they're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden through drugs in the water supply.
Why would the Order do that?
Why would the Order want to create a society of undistractable little academics whose only desire is to advance the plan? I wonder.
You don't seem like you're affected.
I'm limiting my water intake and using other pharmaceuticals to combat the effects. It's not a perfect system, but it works adequately enough.
What's the partial effect feel like?
It makes the mind quieter, like closing the door on a screaming crowd. It's not unpleasant.
What you're saying is true. We need to tell people.
Moderate your volume, please. No one here is in any immediate peril. Probably. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance.
Who are you working for, Persephone? I know you're not really with the Order.
I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested?
You're with Sub Rosa, aren't you?
So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor.
Sounds like something worth investigating. Count me in.
All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it Perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises. If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood?
Anything else you can do to help me with this task?
Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier. And I'd like to offload some of this merchandise. Sounds like a win-win.
2 decryption keys. Yoink. Odor of the Ascendant Mega. All right. Cool.
What a lamentable state of affairs. I remember the days when Laplace's garden lived up to its estimable purpose. Now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park, even the lights above our heads have winked out like stars taken down from the sky.
Sounds like you've been having a difficult time.
Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan is good. The shadow of ignorance cannot withstand its light.
You mentioned an issue with the lights. Do you know what the problem is?
Oh, I couldn't say. This isn't my college, as it were. I'm a vicar. I tend to people's philosophical needs and leave the management of the garden to others.
An electrical short could be responsible for the lights failing. I could take a look.
I knew you had a knowledgeable look about you. That would be wonderful. Thank you, dear. There's a panel just here. I will supervise from a respectable distance, but know that I am with you in theory, like the architect's own guiding hand. And so there was light. My sincerest thanks. I will be sure to extol your virtues to the laureates the next time we speak. And here, a little treat for your effort.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
A second makeup exam won't...
Shh. If I'm caught talking during this makeup exam, what does it matter? Can't mark the occipital from the parietal with these voided questions. And is there something wrong with the air recyclers? It's getting hard to breathe.
No. I don't see or hear any telltale signs of malfunction.
Oh, good. Just me then. Can't believe my future in the Order will be decided by an understanding of the vaporescent properties of trinitrotoluenes. I don't even like bitrotoluenes.
Quick, your instructor's now looking. What's the first question?
My vision's gone a bit fuzzy, but the exam's right here on the monitor. Have a look.
What?
I'm sure I'd recover my wits enough to tackle the rest of the test if you can just help me make sense of the first question. Just be discreet, won't you?
This exam might as well be in another language. Cannot decipher any of the questions, let alone begin to guess at the answers. Need explosive 7 for that.
I have many solutions, but none for your problems by the look of you.
Student, not only have you failed this exam, but you exceeded my expectations of failure. Every answer misses the mark completely. Whenever I thought you were on the cusp of a coherent idea, you veered down some twisted corridor of math into which I dared not follow. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. For today I am the student, and you the instructor, but you still have to retake the exam. Rules are rules. Yeah, I don't know if I can get the information anywhere else. I looked at your exam, but I couldn't make sense of it. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I should probably start familiarizing myself with custodial routines. Janitorial sciences. Here I come.
Seemed like there was some other info I could have gotten. Please be thankful later. Oh, shill. Be thankful later. Sitting in my eyeball. Oh. This guy. I need you to look somewhere else, man.
If you need to discharge any sputum, I ask you kindly aim such accretions away from my general direction. Thank you.
Just, what is it you're doing?
Oh, just passing time by calculating high probability diametrics within an error margin of 0.05. I'm waiting for the results of a rather exciting prediction, you see. Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates.
No offense, but that seems pretty vague.
None taken. Oh, but now I've forgotten to introduce myself properly, haven't I? Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme, leader of the Department of Predictive Analysis, and not terribly good at informal introductions, evidently.
A lot of fancy titles, too. I just can't remember them at the moment.
Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer to keep my skin microbiome free of exogenetic cells. You understand. But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent we've been expecting. I knew loitering at this location would yield results. I, don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels around Cloister by chance?
I don't even know what an excogitation chapel is.
Excogitation chapels are order residencies where one can meditate in solitude on specific theorems relating to the plan. They're scattered all around Cloister. Prior to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings.
Say no more. I'm on the case. I'll hunt down these audio logs for you.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly ask you to endanger yourself by seeking out these logs. Cloister is rather treacherous, and some of the chapels are difficult to reach by design. However, if you happened upon these chapels and recovered these logs, I would most certainly be interested in their contents. By my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected is 4. You have that? 4. No more, no less. Each chapel should have at least one somewhere inside.
Well, I have you. There's something else I'd like to discuss.
I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Need to gain access to the archive. Any thoughts on how I can do that?
Impossible, I'm afraid. The Protectorate is rather well entrenched at present, and nothing short of an all-out siege is likely to dislodge them. If you're determined, I recommend consulting with the presiding bishop on the matter. She can tell you more.
Some general questions?
Don't we all?
So you heard about Wiley's takeover on Alexandria Monastery. Any thoughts on that?
Nothing beyond what I already included in my 165-page summary of the incident. Why do you ask?
Wiley said he would be resigning from the order. What happens to him now?
His resignation has been duly received and accepted. Where he goes from here or what he does now is up to him. I expect we won't hear from him anytime soon. On a more positive note, the Department of Predictive Analysis's biennial summits will be far less contentious.
I was just curious if you could shed a little more light on Wiley's motivations.
Landon Wiley was afflicted by that which strickens all scholars, the desire to effect change, to advance the plan at any cost. Were his methods wrong? Unequivocally. Should he have come to me with his concerns? Undeniably. But was his conclusion categorically sound? That remains debatable.
Well, his plan failed. I'd say that's a pretty strong condemnation of his math.
Generally, yes. Although it's important to remember that unexpected outcomes can still arise from failed experiments. But let's move on to other topics, please. All this fractious talk is giving me a stomachache and... Oh, I just got rid of the last one.
Can you tell me more about the Order's history on Cloister?
And what a history it is. The Order of the Ascendant, along with the Archive, has been headquartered on this moon since the founding of the colony. It was given to us by the matriarch herself. She understood how vital our contributions would be to Arcadian society, which some have forgotten. It is why we're here, in fact. Cloister has two things in abundance: ice and geothermal power. Both made it the ideal location for the Archive, and we've utilized its vast computational power ever since.
Shame you don't have access to it now.
Indeed. It's been a favorite bone fought over by the dogs of war, but I have every confidence it will end up back under Order control sometime in the next year. You're 7.
Want to know more about Laplace's garden?
Oh, the garden is a marvel, isn't it? A prime example of how this colony could function if led by science and rationality instead of fear and oppression. Everything within the garden was meticulously selected by a committee of the Order's best archivists to provide for mental clarity and focus. My word, you should have seen the debates over the shrubbery. I've never witnessed such passionate discourse over foliage of all things. But other stray inquiries occupy your mind.
Can you speak to rumors about an experiment involving the garden's water supply?
How do you know about that? I mean, that is quite the allegation. I deny it effusively.
That was convincing. Care to try again?
First, answer me this. What is your interest in this matter?
Concern for the well-being of the people here in Laplace's garden.
As much as I relish the idea of entrusting a stranger with sensitive and potentially incendiary information, I shall have to decline further comment. Perhaps if you were to help me out with recovering those logs I asked for, I could be more amenable to sharing knowledge. But let's put a pin in that for now, shall we? If there's nothing else, I would like to return to my deep breathing exercises.
All right, we'll talk later.
Agent, over here.
What's up, dude?
Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's Choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward.
Rely on me, Vicar.
In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with.
Yeah, I bet. Maybe I should just level speech. Because, like, they have me a little worried that my current speech is not going to be good enough to convince them. Up, dog.
You. I don't know who you are. But if you thought it wise to bring a cultist into the heart of Order territory, you are deeply foolish.
Shut
I have not
up.
the slightest theory as to how you bypassed our guards. But if it was through violence, be assured, it will be returned exponentially.
Pez is no threat. If she's going to harm someone, she would have already.
Exactly. Though, to be honest, I was thinking of filleting you, but it didn't seem worth getting Artificer all over me.
I shall be the judge of her trustworthiness myself. There is a cultist-centric issue the Order needs resolved. I suspect you are capable of doing such. If you are not, I cannot trust you, and certainly cannot allow you to see Ruth.
If these cultists are suffering the same affliction of being traitorous curs as the others seem to be, then I look forward to killing them.
Let's hear what the plan is first.
My task is this. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there.
As much as I'd welcome the bloodshed, it may be wise for me to avoid members of the Dawn until I get their treachery sorted.
Surprised the Order didn't foresee your friends taking over Newton.
If the Order could predict the future infallibly, my mentors would be alive. Seers become less accurate the more specific and more distant the prediction. All that aside, you shall need the Order's trust if you wish to see Ruth. This task will allow that. Journey to Newton. Eliminate the cultists to a person. Then we may speak of getting you an audience with Ruth.
What's the significance of this heritage site, anyway?
Newton contains the Six Pillars Chantry, which was one of the first temples founded after Arcadia's colonization. It's over 100 years old. The cultists are likely profaning it. But even if they aren't, I don't want them there. Our loss of Newton is symbolic. If we cannot protect it, how can we protect Arcadia?
Alright, you got a
May
deal.
you prove my plethora of doubts unfounded. And may you keep your cultist colleague in line on your way out.
You're lucky the commander needs something from you, or you'd be looking at your intestines on the ground right about now.
Yeah, it's okay, Azza. Just pull out. Alright, I think I do need to go to the Protectorate for Az's mission, though. Or not the Protectorate, Praetor. Yeah. We'll go do that.
Hey! Only security personnel are permitted in this booth. Leave. Please. Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving.
Frick you.
Smart researchers patronize the Scientician surplus. Quality goods at algorithmically determined prices.
And there you go. I knew you'd understand.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. I am the Scientician in question. Any inquiries about the stock may be directed to me.
Straightforward. I like it.
Either you intend to buy or you intend to go without. It would be unethical for me to interfere with your decision-making process.
Yeah.
Please peruse with discernment.
Cover fire. Firing this weapon builds confidence in your companions, granting them increased movement speed, firing rate, and accuracy. Rabble hatchling. Yoink. Yoink. Who freaking looked at me? Damn it. They weren't supposed to look at me. One second. Sorry about that, guys. I need to get some food. Alright, we're good now.
Smart researchers patronize the scientician's surplus. Quality goods at algorithmically determined prices.
Protectorate subjugation. This former Order headquarters and habitation for
Let me save.
our archive scienticians has been liberated by a most capable and violent anomalous outlier. If you think this third-party liberated spires allow them to disabuse your they work to the bone. The only certainty is no outcome can be predicted with absolute certainty until we solve the universal equation. It seems we'll just have to generating primes techniques.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. Either you intend to buy or you intend... Of course.
Yep. Doink. Alright, we're good. Pet unlocked. Is hospital? Okay.
Every day treating the same strains and abrasions. The operating theater is not conducting viewing dissections at this time. That is not an invitation to return to your study and perform exploratory surgery on yourself or a willing volunteer, just to be clear.
That you felt compelled to give me that warning is a little concerning.
Not as concerning as some of the scenes I have been called to in the middle of the night. I assure you, the warning is justified. But I trust you are here for a reason other than to discuss scalpel-happy novices.
Heard rumors of a drug in Laplace's garden's water supply. Know anything about it?
Obviously. Do you think we drink unfiltered snow melt?
No, I'm talking about a drug for regulating people's emotions, not filtration.
I'm quite sure I have no knowledge of what you're talking about.
Drugs. In the water supply. As a doctor, shouldn't this concern you?
Are you feeling all right? Paranoia can be an early symptom of several more serious diseases.
You don't have to sound so excited about that, Prosit.
Apologies. I have so little that meets the threshold of my expertise. But I should not be projecting my wish for a challenge onto a patient. Let's forget this conversation. Is there anything else I can assist you with? That is best answered through...
Yep. Thanks for the stuff, loser.
Strange to see all this vacant space after the overcrowding at Matriarch's Mercy. Plenty of room for refugees here. If only the Order administrants got their act together.
Ooh, trespassing. Collect sample. Yoink. Under the decreased regime, subjects are experiencing more frequent breakthrough symptoms: anxiety, restlessness, impulsivity, trouble concentrating. Entire study at risk if more clarifying agent cannot be acquired. Recommend cycling more subjects out of the experiment and returning to optimal treatment schedule. Presence of Order leadership continues to confound. Distributing untreated water to Belvedere Hall remains a logistical headache. Constant worry about cross-contamination occurring despite best practices. Nightmare scenario. Raise concerns with Laura Beckett. No progress. Unable to acquire audience with presiding bishop. Illness? Huh? What are you doing there? All right. Wait a second.
So close and yet maddening.
Idiots. You guys are dumb. Hey, yo.
You're back. Any luck with the sample?
Didn't I get the sample? Did I not get the sample? Did I not get the sample? What? Hold on.
Investigating phenomena. Nuisances outside my...
Oh, it's fucking... God damn it.
Contraption inaccessible.
Okay, there we go. I thought I just got the sample when I did that. I did not.
I hope you have good news for me.
Yes. Here's the sample you asked for.
I knew I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised.
What's next for you?
Aw, wondering if you'll ever see me again? Precious. I'll remain in the garden a little while longer, but it would be best if we limited contact with one another. No offense. But who knows? The plan mystifies even the greatest minds. Perhaps our paths will intersect again someday.
Perhaps. Hmm. All right, we'll go to the incognito. Don't have nearly enough for that.
text. I was half speak freely.
God damn it. Alright, we'll go to Praetor. Yeah. Alright. Oops. Bam. Bang. Boom. Let me get something to drink real quick. I'll be... Alright. Okay. Asa still lives, despite the kill order. The incompetence of my so-called cultists leaves me once again humiliated and offering my humblest apologies. To rectify this inexcusable state of affairs, I have sent a cadre of sentinels to extinguish her life, using her old friend Acolyte Severin as bait. I must beg one last indulgence, if I may. After Asa is dead, I would like Acolyte Severin delivered to my office for debriefing prior to execution. Well, that guy's dead.
Dagmar didn't betray us to the Sentinels. She is a Sentinel, with a fucking office here in Central Control. It's enough to make one take leave of their sanity.
Oh, child, I think that tram has long since cleared the station.
I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that. Fortunately, there's an easy solution to Dagmar's betrayal. One which involves removing her head from her body. Or maybe we should start with the disemboweling? So many choices.
Maybe let's hold off on the dispelling talk until we've confronted her in person.
I suppose congratulations are in order for having dispatched so many sentinels. Can't rightly say I'm surprised, what with your knack for wanton violence. But still, impressive. And let's not forget that I was the one who gave Azahelia Leitinger a purpose and fulfillment. Look at how much fun you've had.
We're not here to listen to your pathetic groveling. Asa wants answers.
The commander's right, though I do love hearing you grovel. Almost as much as I'm going to enjoy your screams.
Let's not be hasty. I mean, can it even be a betrayal if it was always lies? But I must say, when I started the Dawn at the Consul's behest, I knew you were the perfect candidate.
What are you talking about? There were cultists before me.
No, there were not. The fiction of a cult was born out of the need to convince the Sovereign to return to the true spirit of the Protectorate. The consul feared he was too weak.
That's a needlessly complex plan. You're horrible at your jobs. And I should know.
You know nothing.
Oh, okay.
Society needs to be controlled for the greater good, by any means necessary. Or would you prefer a more corporate way of life?
I'd prefer neither, to be honest. I'm not a fan of servitude, no matter what you call it.
If you have issue with the nature of humankind, perhaps you should take it up with the Grand Architect.
Dagmar, all this can't be right. How can you spout such lies? Our cause is righteous. It has to be.
As much as I'd prefer to not anger you, I must say your willful ignorance is still a thing to behold. You are always so willing to accept even the most specious of arguments. I can only hope your luck has run its course, and the remaining sentinels are able to put you down. Your death would put me back in the consul's good graces. Goodbye, Azza.
No, that's too quick. What about... No, not painful enough. Yes, that's it. I just need to find a piece of heat-conducting metal and something to peel the skin effectively.
Dear, you really must try to work smarter, not harder, when it comes to effectively inflicting pain or eliminating a target. You'll wear yourself out.
That's not helping. Let's table all the killing and torture talk for the moment, at least.
What, you suddenly take issue with my methods? I can think of no reason to curtail the pleasure of my revenge. Dagmar must die. Violently. Her betrayal warrants no other response.
I'm just saying we shouldn't act rashly.
I know of no other way to act.
Noted. Let's go.
Imbeciles! How did you let Azza get this far? Stop her! She means to assassinate me!
Where'd all your people go? Where'd they all go? They're all gone.
Perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Perfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Form up! They're closing in!
Who said that?
Enemy spotted.
Was definitely something. Forever vigilant. Just what I don't like the sound of that.
Dagmar would never let herself be cornered. She's sure to have an escape route. We should find it.
Ah! You're still alive! No, let's not be too hasty here. You seem a rational person. There must be something we can do to resolve this peacefully. Please don't let Azza get her hands on me.
Why are you talking to them, Dagmar? I'm the one you must answer to. Well, I'm waiting to hear your ineffectual arguments as to why you should be spared. And then I'll kill you. You can start by telling me why. Why'd you do it, and why me?
Why? I'm a loyal subject to the True Protectorate. What other reason is there? When the Consul tasked me to help save the colony, I did not even think to ask why. And you were an obvious choice. So lost, so dead inside. But then you went berserk. I never could have imagined how you'd take to the killing and mayhem. You brought me great praise from the Consul. Until you started asking questions and killing the wrong people.
I'm shocked that filling a vulnerable person's head with lies turned out so poorly for you.
Enough of this blathering on. It's well past time for Dagmar and her life to part ways.
Oh, nothing left but the killing.
Intentional.
She's dead.
No, she betrayed your trust. I'm sorry.
As am I. Our enthusiasm got the better of us. She should have suffered more. It was too quick a death for one who betrayed not only me, but the whole of the Dawn. Now that Dagmar is dead, I'll be leading the Dawn into the glorious future.
I need 17 speech? You should disband the Dawn. You don't need them. They could turn into a threat to you.
True. There may be those that do not accept my leadership, but they will die. The Dawn is too important to disband. What little risk any of them may pose doesn't concern me. I can send out a general message from here, informing the cells that the previous Exalted Leader has betrayed us and has been dealt with, and that I am now in charge. I suspect some will simply jump into the closest rift. And to be perfectly candid, I'm hoping there are more than a few that refuse to acknowledge their new leader. Enough to keep my knife skills up at least.
We can deal with those personally, if it comes to that.
It's done. Let's leave this place. It sickens me.
Well, all right. Oops. Go back to the ship. As Yeah, we'll do that. Nice. Hey, buddy. Hello.
See that spire? That's the archive, my friend. The archive.
All right, so clear out cultists. Investigate Scrapper camp. Doctor. All right, let's. Let's go over here.
I seriously question the structural integrity of that bridge.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Investigating hostile intentions. I'm ready. That's fine. Swine.
Agitation Chapel. There should be an audio log here.
The Oracle Laureate hoped that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more, but their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts...
Why are you wearing an eye patch now?
I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Oh?
I can tell we have little crossover of interests.
Yeah, but what are you doing? All right.
Welcome to Auntie's Choice. We look forward to your inevitable acquisition and/or merger.
Welcome, big spender.
Thanks, man.
Auntie's Choice welcomes you to Forward Operating Base 136, Future Consumer. You should take care in this hostile climb. Risks include inclement weather, hostile animals, risk of collateral damage, leaking uranium, artillery, shrapnel, frostbite, cave-ins, hypothermia, cultists, landmines, long falls, gangrene, damaged electrical equipment, and insect bites.
Never knew Annie's Choice was so big on safety.
Ascertaining risks and sending the appropriate low-ranking soldiers to meet them is a predominant requirement of any Auntie's Choice leader. That's enough for rote greetings. You're not a feckless civilian or you would have died halfway here, so I'll speak plainly. Cloisters aside, I want off-planet yesterday, with my extremities intact, and that necessitates aid. You do my work for me, I can pay.
What do you need done?
Some Protectorate jackanapes are holed up on some main routes near here, thereby separating us from the rest of our force. Remove them by any means. Preferably by killing them and scattering their remains to the winds, but so long as they're gone, I don't much care.
They'll be vacated. With prejudice.
The sooner you get rid of them, the sooner I can take credit. Clear the Protectorate out from under the bridges and you'll get your pay. Get to fighting or get to dying.
Alright. If I have a failing in this life, it is a poor sense of when taking a promotion is actually a step backwards for my career. The examples are myriad, but by far the shoddiest wisdom I've exhibited was marrying to gain this damnable military commission without investigating where I'd be assigned or who I'd be contracted under. The Protectorate retreat our strategic administrator mistook for their line collapsing has instead proven to be a masterful feint. It lured us into a three-front war that put insane cultists to one side, gun-toting mathematicians to the other, and the Protectorate ready to clean up the survivors. In desperation, I offered treble bonuses to whichever unit could punch us through to Winter's grasp. But I fear all that's done is open me to class action suits from the survivors. Even if I live to see daylight again, I will surely face demotion, which will lead to divorce that will leave me destitute. Though, truth be told, that all might be the luckiest move to call me in years. But that all might be the luckiest move to...
I'm open to ideas. What would you expect that they've done with the archive?
Clearly they've added
Those Protectorate scums.
tourists. Clearly they have more soldiers. Apparently they know how to use the archive better than we did.
Poppycock. It can't be that much more fortified than when we were running the place.
I cannot believe how bloody cold this place is. I can literally see my words freeze before my face as I say them.
Ah, stop complaining. At least this ship's hull breaks the wind. Imagine how
The
bad it
scrappers
would
are
have been
getting
out
closer
here
and
before this
sniffing
thing.
around at night. They give me the creeps.
Welcome, distinguished consumers.
Checked and rechecked my contract, and when I signed with Auntie's Choice as a salvager, I was assured adequate protection to conduct normal operations. Yet, yes, they did include a rider absolving them from random and or exaggerated aggression from hostile persons, flora, or fauna. But they can't possibly argue that applies when they put us in the middle of a war zone, can they? Nevertheless, that is what they assert about the myriad terrors we are facing on this thrice-damned planet. Thus, they argue the corporation need to offer us no protection, no defenses, and no hazard pay. But I suppose that hardly matters at this point. There are horrors in every direction. Rescue can't reach us, and all the bits in the universe couldn't buy us a way out of this frozen dungeon. Still, all else being equal, I'd rather be a rich, frosty corpse than a poor, frosty corpse. What's up, guys? Okay. I guess I didn't check that thing out. I'll have to go back over there. But for now, we'll just go this way. It's knifing time.
Yeah. Boy, damn it! Who pissed in my pants?
Who did piss in your pants, bro? Who did that?
Gotta check for skulkers. Shush! Ready to spread the truth.
I see an enemy. To be close.
Taps! Taps! You ain't gonna be out.
Quit skulking! This bastard got away.
Don't turn around. Don't do it.
Is it?
Thanks. Flight to Dorado went smoothly, though I find a number of our nav keys within the system to be somewhat wanting. By the time the astrogator finished the deceleration course it had calculated, we had damn near parked beneath the waves of the moon's largest Xyranium ocean. An extra few minutes of burn from the main thruster and the gathering my horde would have been gathering liquid ore from Dorado's molten core. I filed a formal complaint for the Astrogation Authority, or with the Astrogation Authority, but was told that since we had suffered no measurable economic malfeasance, they would only take action if someone in my direct organization had access to a politician capable of censuring the authority's directorship. Or in other words, I am not connected enough to keep them from telling me to get bent. Our charter and my contract stipulate that I carry whatever cargo Andy's Choice books at or above my negotiated rate, and that's fair enough. Let this log serve as a reminder, however, that in my next contract I need to include a series of riders limiting the smell, both by noxiousness and by volume, of the cargo that is loaded into my beloved Horde, as well as to charge through the costs of any cleanup to the deeply offending party. There's apparently no amount of antiseptic that will successfully purge the odor that accompanied Anti's 8th Raptidon Wranglers. So even with them gone from this vessel almost a fortnight, their stench hangs as fresh as the day they came on board. Given the smoothness and rapidity of our initial endeavors into this system, the executive board filled us with promises that this campaign would be both quick and painless. They were, of course, certain to contain their exuberance short of any form of actionable guarantee, but the reception of their propaganda was clearly as desired. Now, as losses mount and the financial strain of missing shipments and murdered employees begin to strain all of our bottom lines, I am left wondering at how best to secure my own future. Every bit I've ever made has been sunk into gathering my Horde, and if something were to happen to this ship, I have no notion of how I'd make ends meet. Our next run is to ship munitions to Cloister, but after that I may see if it's within my contractual rights to refuse volatile cargo. If an incoming torpedo were to strike the hold during atmospheric entry, I can only imagine how many pieces they'd find scattered among the snow. Okay. Ooh, an advanced decryption key, you say? Yoink. Um, 16 years. That's how long it took to become a doctor in the service of our chilly patients. 16 years of medicatory behavioralism, thermalistic dynamism, and all the other skills and functions it takes to keep the people in our hibernation. Jesus fucking Christ. Keep the people in our hibernation pods safe and safely sleeping. Fuck, dude. 16 years of schooling, testing, and well-educated debauchery, though I admit that last part wasn't actually curriculum. Wit, I should think that any person, layman or educated, would be wise enough not to question whether I can remember one single number. To even imply otherwise, and it is an insult of the gravest nature. Bro, I can't read today. Holy fuck. Nonetheless, my mind teems with issues of great import, so I've determined to record it here, just in case. Not that I'll need the reminder. So, purely for posterity, I confirm that the last number to the code of the captain's new safe is 5. Not that I'll need the reminder. Indeed, the only reason to glance again at this pad is to confirm my inevitable correctness. Need to find a burnt toast emote for when I have strokes on stream. I mean, you could just upload a picture of burnt toast and then put that on BTTV.
Proceeding to attack. Zone breaking. Go for torpification.
And it's some shit like burnt toast JPEG, yeah. Scout Borson, our seers have determined that you are likely to be in especially cold conditions today, and that you should remember your cold weather gear. Yeah.
You hearing that, Commander? Sounds like a distress signal. Or a trap.
They wouldn't dare trap me. Okay, so I need the safe combination. But there's apparently... What is this one? 8. So I have 2 numbers. Scuttlebutt on board the vessel says that a new safe has been added to the captain's quarters, courtesy of some executive moving a personal item onto Cloister. They say the exec is so cagey and so paranoid that he dare not trust the captain with the code, while apparently unaware of the irony that the captain has the whole ship at his discretion, including the engineering bay filled with torches, pry bars, and electronical devices. The executive is also so cheap that he declined to offer payment to the three of us appointed to remember the safe's combination, and that simply will not do. When he arrives, I shall, tragically, be unable to remember the excessively burdensome number of 8 until he adequately ascribes recompense to jar my memory. Okay. So, last number is 5, I think. Then 8. And then there should be one more thing somewhere. One more data pad.
Resorting to violence.
Oh.
Why? This might sting. Alarm. Amplification in progress. Mitigating the threat.
Go ahead, man. Check it out. Nobody's shitting your pants, bro. Oh, it's Buckshot Bill. Goodbye, Buckshot Bill. Hey, I reached level 30. Nice. But can I still level up beyond 30, or is that max? Because I know the companion levels only go up to 30. I don't know about my level. Yoink. Where's Bill? He's right here. What's up, Bill? Thanks for the stuff, mate. Yeah, I would have needed 17 lockpicking to get in here. Otherwise, that's fucking crazy. Unless... I could probably get up through here, huh? Yeah. We got enough through there. Alright. So... yeah, I can't get it any more levels. Rough. Man, I hate level caps. Because, like, now I just, like, I don't really have any motivation to do side quests and shit. Like, odds are they're not going to really give me anything good.
Hello. So,
A hugging vest? Nice.
messages to the order left unanswered. Tried to run. Got about 2/5 of me gouged out. A lot of blood. Yes, now. Spent much of my life wondering what I'd say at the end. Trying to think of the words for this felt like reading a thesis before the presiding bishop. But a lot of people die. And not a lot of final words get remembered. Certainly no one will hear these. So why worry about being meaningful? What matters is who I was when I was alive. And if I was predestined to be Ursapod food. I think maybe I would have liked to re-roll the odds.
Stuff in there? Okay. Yep, that was the 8 one. I needed one more. Tank. Yeah. But where it be, though? Where it at? I think if I wanted to do the most amount of things, I would have had to not put any points into observation, sneak, or guns. I would have had to just do lock picking, hacking, engineering, and speech. Is there anything over here? Oh. I don't know where this last data pad is. It could be in the place that I'm going to, I guess. I don't know. This is the one that, yeah. Last code or last number is 5. Well, I guess I'll just have to keep an eye out.
It's an Auntie's choice signal. Probably some kind of SOS. Not my area of expertise. Inez would know for sure.
Well, Inez isn't here, so... frozen maw. This sound is driving me fucking crazy. Shut up. That's death. Don't ask questions. Keep all comings and goings quiet. Do not record the time or location of these supply drops. Report any unusual activity in the Maw immediately. Should any emergency signal be received, head to the Maw immediately, armed and ready to extract all Auntie's Choice personnel. For the law's sake, please take care to practice your landings. If you can't land gracefully on a clear day, how do you expect to do so in whiteout conditions? Right. Beep, bop, boop, boop. Okay. Hopefully this goes away when I go in here. Yeah? Yeah? Or not? What?
Activity is
imperative that we recover.
An inspiring message. If that's not the meaning of community,
Do I need an Ez to fucking get this person? God damn it.
in your earnest
Fuck.
rumination of portentous societal responsibilities.
It's incredible the things that we have done. How the paradigm is perfect for everyone.
Alright, an enemy gets within melee range of miles, he activates Shockwave. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay. Alright, let's get Inez.
Whoa, this must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves.
Okay, if you have nothing to give me, Inez, I will be quite cross.
What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes.
It don't get any easier. What happened here?
I don't know. You tell me, bro.
He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. Wait. He's got a code breaker on him.
What do you mean?
Let's see.
Open the door.
I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator.
Okay.
Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor.
I've had enough of close calls with Serenium for one lifetime, thank you.
Mechanist Tate speaking. I need the record to show that I have reported many times that these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair. Only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the...
My diligent archivists and scienticians, the war is encroaching on our doorstep. By my calculations, we have approximately 3.14 days, an admittedly auspicious figure, to vacate and cordon off the premises before any of our research or personnel fall into the hands of the invaders. Complete all of your calculations in a collected and timely fashion, and prepare all sensitive data for extraction. All machinery is to be kept on low power so that when the Order inevitably emerges victorious, we may return and commence our research with immediacy. May the numbers guide you all. Richard Bylaw. After a thorough perusal of all the machinery and equipment at our disposal, I'd have to say we've hit the proverbial jackpot. Those Order nuts sure knew how to build a place. Everything is functioning as expected, and there's enough Xyranium here to power our lab operations for years to come. I'm a whit concerned about the pressure valves on the boiler room. Operating them appears to require precision I'm not familiar with, and I've not yet had time to test them thoroughly. Were some kind of accident to occur, I'm not sure my usual method of hit it with a pipe until I hear a loud clunk will suffice. Your insistence that we research the valve network and develop fail-safe measures for said network has become increasingly irritating. If something were to become disruptive with the Xyranium, and I repeat, this will not ever happen, I'm certain you will win the battle against a couple of knobs and wheels. My concern, Mechanist Tate, is that this obsession is nothing more than a way to distract from your duties, which I remind you is to lure the ursarpods from outside into the cages I've provided. If you cannot handle this task, I know the executive who assigned you here will be quite interested to know about it. Nice.
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this clear disregard for life.
This is where we all nod and say it's humanity that are the real monsters.
What's...
True.
Hola, Ortiz? No. No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Uh-huh. Now I extra want to kill this scientist.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm just, looting. What began as a humorous extracurricular study of arthropods has become something of a passion. Countless hours of observation over countless bottles of Pinnacle tea has concluded in the realization that the arthropods are hardy and hearty creatures. They are not lone predators. Rather, they have been found to be living in groups of families, in layperson's terms, though whether they are related or otherwise biologically involved, we have not yet established. They even play together in the snow. Can you imagine? As we get to know these arthropods from afar, we began to fear that the Archive's ongoing work would prove detrimental to Cloister's climate, as we were stationed here to ascertain. We are pleased to note that despite the minor erosion and melting of ice caps directly around the Archive, the temperature of the planet has not noticeably increased. This is welcome news to all of us here at the laboratory, not only in regard to the ecological stability of the planet, but for the continued health and happiness of our ursopod friends. It's come to my attention that my colleagues have hypothesized that I am one bead short of a functioning abacus, all for exploring the possibility of cultivating plant life on Cloister, but I'm pleased to report that I've disproved such hypotheses. After much trial and error and repeated orders of new seedlings from Eden, I've successfully nurtured a specimen of ginseng to maturity. This particular specimen's seeds have exhibited an extraordinary amount of adaptive properties, leading me to believe that the plant could survive even without my careful tending. I will transplant several seedlings in the coming weeks for observation, and try not to get ahead of myself daydreaming of a green cloister. The following missive applies to all lab personnel. Please see Dr. Rasmussen with any questions or concerns. In the event of malfunction, the subject in question should be immediately contained and kept under close observation. Any further developments should be noted in full. As for any subject that expires, it should be moved to the cargo hold and kept on ice within its containment chamber, in case any biological matter should need retrieving at a future date. Management regrets that there are no containment units large enough to host the most rambunctious of the subjects elsewhere. So for now, they're to be kept on the main laboratory floor. All lab personnel are reminded to keep their distance and not maintain eye contact for too long. Triplicate grafting subjects. Lang, no signs of failure detected. Release granted after 3 days. Curtis, catastrophic failure. Platelet transfusion attempted. Release not recommended until further analysis is complete. Ortiz, signs of slow failure. Subject refused observation. Release granted after 8 days. Raptidon, catastrophic failure. Autopsy and full report has been requested. Cystipig, success. Subject exhibits greater capabilities in speed, intelligence, and resilience. Recommend transferring to a containment unit for further observations. Arthropod cub, pending. Subject has undergone preparation for surgery. Strongly recommend keeping its mother within our strongest containment unit. Huh.
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this.
Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but... No. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time.
He, Ortiz, and another soldier had the same procedure. I read it on the terminal.
They did this to another person? Law. It's a miracle Ortiz even made it out. For what time he had left. Void. Damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me.
It's worse than we've seen. There were many reports left on the terminals back there.
Saying what exactly?
They've captured a host of creatures too. One is a cub, apparently in surgery now.
You're not telling stories, are you? Law. They're going to butcher a cub. For no reason at all. This ain't science. It's depravity. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming.
You okay, Inez?
My aim's steady, if that's your concern. I'm sorry. I'll be fine once we breathe fresh air again. Just need this to be over.
Okay. Whee!
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted here!
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face. Hostilities are afoot.
I did the fucking... Settings, gameplay, cinematic deaths off. That gets me hurt more than, like, anything else. It's so annoying. Certain flora might be engineered to survive in controlled environments, like Laplace's garden or the Sunless lab. Why can we not also engineer them to survive in the frozen wilds? I've seen success in modifying the properties of hardy plants, like Arctic ginseng, after all. Perhaps taking one step further is not entirely out of the equation. I'll begin with a small sample of seedlings as proof of concept. It appears to be a viable avenue for study. If it appears to be a viable avenue for study, why the possibilities could be exponential.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. Void. That must be his mama.
Operating a centrifuge is not difficult. In fact, it is quite intuitive. But due to repeated requests for guidance, here is your instruction manual. If you wish to concoct something like a stimulant, for example, simply gather the ingredients from the operation room and return to the centrifuge. Insert the ingredients and work the lever. Watch in amazement as the machine blends it. Once done, take the refilled cylinder and insert it into the medicament dispenser by the window. The subject will swiftly fall asleep or spring back into action. Mind yourself if said springer is within claws reach of any fellow lab workers. But doctor, you ask, why are the ingredients stored in another room instead of up here? Well, you have Trooper Wallingford's idiocy to thank for that. Using 20 cylinders of Arctic ginseng to make tea put a significant dent in our stockpile of stimulants.
His mama on the other side of the glass. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help.
After thorough testing, we've determined that this cub is at the peak of health for its age. No mean feat for a member of its species. Such resilience lends itself well to the procedure it's about to undergo. The essential question is, if we inhibit certain behaviors and physiological responses, would the bond between the mother and cub be thereby severed? And if so, might this procedure be used at large to disrupt ursopod herd mentality, and therefore make it easier to capture them or defeat them in a skirmish? With this experiment's completion, we might finally find our answer if the rest of the report is abruptly cut off.
Another maintenance hatch above us, if we're apt to sneak about.
Poor things. Been there.
Critter catcher. If you read nothing else in this missive, make it this. The Critter Catcher is a high-powered experimental prototype. It is not a toy. While this gun was regularly used to capture various fauna for our lab in the early days, one too many unfortunate incidents have forced us to restrict its access. As such, Dr. Rasmussen now has possession of the sole keycard to open the catcher's safe, and may allow access upon approval in emergency situations, pending approval of the necessary paperwork. Once again, the gun is not a toy. Make your shots count. For law's sake, we've wasted enough ammo as is. What is that do? Shots deal minimal damage, but living enemies afflicted by dissolved are automatically stunned. Whereas critters are captured and added as a ship pet. Huh. Where'd that Sprat go?
Guess those Ursopods won't be easy. They turn mean real fast.
Does that put them to sleep? I don't know. Okay, that apparently does nothing. I don't think that's what it's actually aiming at. Okay. So what did this switch over here do?
This will undoubtedly go well.
I see.
Those things unnerve me.
You look like you could use a new home.
I wanted a pet cysty pig real bad when I was a kid. I can water and feed him if you're keen.
Join me on my ship. The more the merrier. Gross.
Ain't never seen a cysty pig move so fast in all my life.
Vaguely terrifying.
Be very, very quiet. Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't look this way, bro. Don't do it. After careful analysis of more than 1,804 Arctic sprats, 507 ursopods, and 68 ice formations, it has been concluded that the archive continues to have a barely perceptible effect on Cloister's ecology. I commend the foresight of the archive's architects for containing all of its processing heat so well within its walls. However, though slight this perceptible effect may be, over the decades we may require more. This entry appears to have been interrupted in the middle of its drafting. This message is intended specifically for any personnel who handle fauna. In addition to removing any sensitive information on our research here, I must ask that you release all ursopods in our observation suites back into the wild. Archivist Leslie has seen to it that all ursopod subjects be given the proper medicaments to invigorate them and hasten their reacclimation. Perhaps their presence outside will have added benefit to detracting any would-be squatters from overtaking our laboratory. I'd say the chances are high indeed. The numbers guide you. Dr. Bilal. I was kind of hoping there would be something to, like... you know, put the thing to sleep. I don't want to kill it. But I don't know if that gun that I have will actually like, put it to sleep. I think it just works on like small critters. Yeah, that does like 0 damage to this thing. So what if I open that door from over here? I need medicament override. How do I get that?
Ain't keen to chat, Commander. I gotta find that doctor.
Bro, I don't know how to save it. Fuck, I don't want to kill it. Man. God damn it. Alright, I'm sorry, Big Mama.
Release me at once, please. I so worry that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
I'd offer to bet on how this turns out, but I'm afraid the act might throw off my equations.
I thought there wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch Ursapod. Yet, here you are. What a show!
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier.
What?
And my, what a picture you are! What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot.
Nice try. Found records that prove he underwent surgery here.
Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions.
Who is this sponsor?
He's some manner of executive. I don't know his name or official title, I swear. My orders came down the long, long chain of command. I'm only doing what I was told.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourned every failure within these walls, I might never operate again.
You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better.
Got any proof of that?
If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive.
That device any good at stopping a bullet?
Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to brutalize me, all of my research and knowledge will be gone. Forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering I could prevent. Do you truly want to be the one to stand in the way of progress?
Enough about you. Show me one good thing you've done for other people.
It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
You have a graft that could help Inez?
Don't even start, Commander. I ain't keen on anything this man sells.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want.
Avoid this guy. You're no failure. You've reclaimed all you need.
I wish I could agree with you. But I have fallen in the esteem of others. The way the other soldiers looked at me after my procedure, I'll never forget it. Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again?
You're already making something of yourself, Inez. You don't need him.
I appreciate that, Commander. But I still ain't so sure that's true. We've grown close, you and I. And you know full well I ain't keen to ask for help, but I can't afford a mistake. I could spare this doctor, explore this research's potential, but if I kill this man and exact retribution for Ortiz, I'll never know for sure what that research might have wrought. And if I do that, there'll be no going back for me, myself one of Auntie's own. Would I even want to?
Auntie's only cares to use and discard people. Can't change that. Nobody can.
I do know that. Better than most, really. Suppose it's time I looked Auntie in the face and saw her for what she is. And at least now, I can fix this.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't shoot me. We were in the midst of negotiating.
I have no need for negotiating, Doctor. You brought this on yourself.
Holy shit.
Let's just take what we need and get out. I can't stand the sight of this place any longer.
Hey, man. It's... Lieutenant Dan, your head fell off. What happened to your head? So begins my first count at my new laboratory. I must admit, I had my doubts during our outrageously frigid expedition through the caves, but now that the work is finally beginning, my heart is singing. No restrictions to stifle me, I believe we'll make swift progress with the graphs, beyond what even the executives could dream. Our only limit is our own abilities. Normally, I might scoff at using second-hand equipment, but I must admit those order fellows do appear to know their science. They don't appear to know how to keep doors reinforced, however. That cave-in at the cargo door is letting in quite a horrid draft. Mayhaps the next soldiers who arrive with supplies can be put to work fixing it. First, the idiot wastes countless samples of Arctic ginseng in our storeroom, and now he's made off with our one-of-a-kind prototypical coverall set. The utter buffoon. Archivist Leslie has urged me to send word to corporate, or to put out a warrant for his capture by other forces in the region. But no, I shan't. Not only will I not let that wandering fool bring unwanted eyes towards our operations here, but it's only a matter of time before the elements claim him. And I might send a mechanist or two to retrieve the prototype off his body. Poor form, Trooper Wallingford. You died as you lived. I've been instructed to stress the importance of keeping this lab's location and purpose secret. What we do here may only be discussed between those of us who are present in the lab at any time. No, your buddies planetside or your off-world lovers are not exempt from this rule. Anyone found to be exchanging confidential information will be swiftly reprimanded and demoted. As a reminder, when you are on duty here, your only outside contact is to be with the troopers who make weekly supply drops in the maw. And no, they are not exempt from the previous rule either. Sir, not to cause undue alarm, but I write to inform you that we've experienced a bit of a xyranium leak here at the laboratory. Well, my best mechanist is investigating a fix as I write this. I expect operations to be back up and running at full capacity this time tomorrow. Just know that if you for some reason see a dip in productivity during this time, this would be the only reason why. I am just as upset as you are, sir. I had to put one of my most exciting experiments to date on hold just as surgery was due to begin. Still, I trust the results will be well worth the wait for both of us. Sir, an unwelcome development has occurred. It seems the beasts in containment are more clever than we realized. As we've been distracted with the leak, the creatures have seized the advantage and broken free of their cages. Oh, how they rampage. Oh, how they roar. I have sent an emergency SOS signal out over the frequency we use for our supply drops. With any luck, they will hear our plea and swoop in for the rescue. If they do not, well, I fear nobody in the lab will be left alive in the wake of these ravenous beasts. I might suggest putting on a cover story together in case. Okay. No.
Real rotten piece of work, you know that?
What? Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to capture it. It's just gonna die down here. Return to Ethel's lab. On the one planet? On Paradise Island? All right. Let's go up here. And then after we're done with this, I might end there for the night.
Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
I've been bartering with the defectors. Traded one Force rocket for a whole tin of prestige Force glow.
You ever find yourself with too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas on how to dispose of it.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's Choice?
What up, big dog?
Inez, have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I got a device that might help stabilize what I got going on up on the shoulder. Ought to let me use my graft all the more often. Think you can install it?
Oh, well, this device is unusual and rather ingenious, if I may say so. Hold still, dear. This should take but a moment. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. Where did you find such a device, anyhow? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know.
You know about the grafting program? Did you know that the grafting program was still going?
Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law. I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive, cowering. I killed him, and let his sick aims die along with him. There's no good that can come of his work. Nothing.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all the...
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss A unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
Now, how about a name and where we can find him?
His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
Doc, with all due respect, what I do with him when I get there is my own damn business.
This is about justice, Ethel. Please.
I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's Choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, all I ask is that you remain safe. A terrible wrong has been done, but do not throw your life away to right it. You might seek justice via other means.
I can't promise anything, Doc, but I'll try. Thank you for everything.
All right. Nice. Yippee! Let's go back to the ship.
Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear a moment?
Yeah, dude.
We got the intel we need, Commander. The Undisputed Claims our destination. When we find Willard and stop this law-damned program in its tracks, Auntie's Choice will get what's coming to them. Been doing some thinking about ending the grafting program for good. It's gotta happen. I just didn't think it would start this way. With me turning murderer.
I mean,
Auntie
I could have
had
killed him.
me good and fooled. She ain't any better than Spacer's Choice. Making any of them see reason is an impossibility. Our overlords had a saying in Tau Ceti. If you got a rabid canid, you put it down before it maddens the whole pack. They used to say it about us workers, like we were the problem. It was terrifying. But now I reckon I see some sense in that saying. Retribution never came for the folk at the top back then, but it certainly can now.
Worrying me, Inez. I don't want you to do something you'll regret.
What if I think I already have? I wonder if this is what Ortiz had in mind when he sent me that message. He trusted my judgment, knew I always aimed to do right by him and folk everywhere, but he also knew both of us had been lied to when we joined up. The notion that our taking extraordinary risks would pay dividends. Do you think he knew this would be the final straw?
I'm sure he didn't expect you'd succeed by asking nicely.
You're right on that account. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Suppose we're fixing to find out.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, we'll finish there.
Liftoff, the laxative with 3 kinds of fiber: soluble,
Snow Sprat.
insoluble, and inconsolable.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh my goodness.
Finally, an edible
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll do some more of this, and then I have the next 2 days off. But yeah, thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate it. And hey, I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye. Goodbye. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.